Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host, Sean McGahee, and this is a show where we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, and Patreon, and contact Dayspring Discussions on the Facebook group, Twitter account, and dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. Well, happy Thursday, everyone. The weekend is almost here. It is a lovely day here in Austin, Texas. Kicking off Austin City Limits. That's right. That's going on this weekend, so the town is going to be nuts. Avoid downtown if you can. If you're going to the concerts, be safe and have fun, guys. On the other side of the country, New York Comic Con's going on this weekend. Hoping for a lot of good news stories and stuff going on for that. Hoping for maybe Daredevil trailer, Hellboy trailer, a lot of good stuff. We're getting some good stuff already, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. And then finally, of course, Venom hits American theaters tonight. Reviews are coming out already. They're not great. You know, there have been a couple of people that have liked it. For the most part, not so much. They're talking about how it's reminiscent of old school superhero films that were kind of goofy and not really that serious. Doesn't give me high hopes. But I'm going to go see it this weekend. Of course, next weekend, I'll let you know what I think. Okay, guys, well, we got a lot of stuff to go through here. I mean, there was so much news that came out yesterday and this morning. It's just crazy. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to try to keep within my time frame that I do stuff, and I might not get to all of it. I'm going to start with the oldest and then work my way to the newest stuff and kind of go from there. If I don't get to something you want to talk about, of course, fire back on the social media groups, Facebook and Twitter, and we can have a good discussion about it there. All right, first up, Netflix has given us another trailer for the upcoming series, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Now, this is a remake of the old sitcom that was on ABC. I remember it. I think it was on TGIF too, if I remember correctly. But it's about this teenage witch, and it starred Melissa Joan Hart from Clarissa Explains It All. I'm really showing my age now, but it was a sitcom, and it was funny and goofy, and I never really watched it. This looks like they're going a little bit of a different direction with it, where they're actually going with the spooky kind of supernatural nature of it. You have Sabrina, who's turning 16, and it looks like her birthday is on Halloween, which is a funny coincidence considering she's, you know, in a spooky world. But nonetheless, she's turning 16, and she's got to choose between the supernatural witch world and the human world. Obviously, complications will arise with that, but as I said, I never watched the ABC sitcom. This is something I'm going to check out. It looks like it's got a good plot to it. The girl who plays Sabrina, I'm not too familiar with her, actually. She's done a couple of voice acting gigs, it looks like. She played on Mad Men. Let me see. Let me look her up on IMDb here. Kieran Shipka is her name, and she played Sally Draper on Mad Men. Besides that, she's done a couple of voice acting jobs on Family Guy, Sophia the First, let's see, Legend of Korra. Looks like she did a gig for that too, but I like her. She seems very charming, so I'm interested to see what she does with this. A couple other notable actresses that I saw in this one. You have Miranda Otto, who plays her Aunt Zelda, best known from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And then you have Lucy Davis playing her other aunt, Hilda, who was recently in Wonder Woman as Chris Pine's secretary, assistant, whatever you want to call her. And then for me personally, I see Richard Coyle in there as Father Blackwood. He was in one of my favorite comedies of all time, Coupling, not the American version, the British version. If you haven't checked it out, guys, it's hilarious. It's only 4 seasons, and it's like 6 episodes per season. You can find it on Hulu, maybe even Amazon. Check it out. But nonetheless, like I said, the fact that this looks very different from what the old Sabrina the Teenage Witch show was makes me interested. It's coming out October 26th on Netflix. perfect time for Halloween. This trailer looks good. You guys check it out. Let me know what you think. Hit me up on the social media groups and, of course, Gmail account, and let me know what you thought. All right, next up, it looks like Netflix is coming out with some more good stuff. Netflix is developing a new series and film projects based on the Chronicles of Narnia book series that came out in the 1950s. Written by C.S. Lewis, this multi-year agreement was announced by the C.S. Lewis Company and is set to be executive produced by Mark Gordon of Entertainment One, who recently acquired the rights to the Chronicles of Narnia. Now, back in 2005, we got our first Narnia film, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which was pretty entertaining. I remember seeing that in theaters. Good film. 2008, Prince Caspian. Not good. Not good. Maybe I'm a little more harsh on it because Prince Caspian is my favorite book in the Narnia series, so I didn't like it at all. And then you had 2010's The Voyage of Dawn Treader, which was okay. It wasn't as good as, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, but it was better than Prince Caspian. But nonetheless, it didn't make a lot of money, so the film franchise kind of petered out a little bit. Now, not that long ago, it was said that Mark Gordon was looking to initially plan a big screen adaptation of the third book in the series, The Silver Chair. I don't understand why they're going to start with book 3, but whatever. This looks like it's cool. I mean, you have Amazon trying to develop that Lord of the Rings series, and every media stream is trying to get the next Game of Thrones. They're trying to get something that is fantasy with good drama, good characters, and fill that void next year after Game of Thrones is gone. This seems like an attempt to do that. Will it be that? Not really, because it's the Chronicles of Narnia, okay? It's more kiddie-ish. Not to say it can't be good, but it can't be that high-octane violence drama that Game of Thrones is. But I like the Chronicles of Narnia. I read them as a child. I really like the first book, The Magician's Nephew. I like Prince Caspian, of course, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And Book 7, The Last Battle, was pretty interesting as well. So this can be good. It all depends on how it's produced, because right now, if you look at the films, in my eyes, they're 1 out of 3. But that was back when they were owned by somebody else. This is a new company running it, of course, along with Netflix. They want their Game of Thrones. Whether this is going to be it, we'll just have to wait and see, and keep an eye on it, guys. Okay, moving right along here, Sci-Fi has cast their Lobo. Actor Emmett J. Scanlon from Constantine is going to play the fan favorite intergalactic bounty hunter in season 2 of Sci-Fi's Krypton. Now, the character was introduced back in 1983 as a self-centered villain with a taste for mindless violence. He gained a lot of popularity back in the 90s as an anti-hero with people such as Wolverine and the Punisher. He's a cigar-chomping intergalactic bounty hunter, possesses extraordinary strength, and can also regenerate. So there you have it, guys. Lobo is coming to Krypton. I think it's awesome. I love Krypton. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did, but it's very interesting. They fill it with great characters. The story's interesting, and you have these little Easter eggs such as General Zod, Adam Strange, Doomsday. They all popped up in season 1. We're bringing Lobo in here. I am praying maybe we get some Green Lantern action in upcoming season. That'd be awesome. And that's really what it said when I was talking about the Chronicles of Narnia and even Sabrina. Anything can be good if you have a solid story. It all starts with a story. But then, of course, it has to have characters that we care about and actors that can make us care about these characters. It all comes down to that, and that's what Krypton has done for me. It's a Superman show without Superman, much like how Gotham is a Batman show without Batman. The difference is Krypton does it better in my eyes. I mean, some people disagree, of course. I know there are Gotham fans out there, but I think Krypton is a better Superman show than Gotham is a Batman show. And I'd love to debate that. Actually, I might put that up on the Facebook group. Let me know what you prefer and what you think is a better superhero show without the actual superhero. But nonetheless, Lobo is an interesting character. He's a fun character. I always imagined him up on the big screen being played by either Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or Jason Momoa. Needless to say, Jason Momoa is playing another DC character, as is The Rock, allegedly. We haven't seen him as Black Adam yet, but in any event, I'm interested to see what they do with this character on this show. I like the writing. I like the way it's coming along. So, Lobo on Krypton, let me have it. Okay, next up, guys, New York Comic Con starts today. I think there was some kind of preview night last night, because I've got several things that were released last night in this morning in regards to it. Now, there is a new trailer for Titans. It's less than a minute, and I know people this weekend are going to get to preview the series before it comes out next weekend on DC Universe. This trailer, a little bit different than the one we got a couple days ago that was Netflix based. That one, honestly, I still liked a little better than this one. This one focuses a lot on Raven and how she has a demonic heritage, and that Dick Grayson and Starfire are going to help her. Looks like we're introduced to Beast Boy. This has that hard edge to it that the first trailer had, which I wasn't a huge fan of, and I know a lot of people that weren't. But I still have faith in this show. The reviews are starting to come out that, you know, it's decent. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm actually going on a plane next weekend traveling, so I'll probably have to watch it on my phone or something. I'll figure it out, and then, of course, I'll let you guys know what I think about that. But go ahead. You can watch the trailer, of course, on the Facebook group or Twitter account. Let me know what you think. And speaking of trailers, we got our first look at the Harley Quinn animated series that's going to be on the DC streaming service, and they announced that Kaylee Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory is going to be voicing Harley Quinn. Now, in this short little scene, we saw her and Poison Ivy voiced by Lake Bell. If you guys don't know who she is, that's okay. I do, and I'm excited about it. But this little trailer, honestly, you know me, I don't have an interest in Harley Quinn, really. I don't understand the appeal. This trailer, though, got me interested to watch the animated show. Especially, I headed over to the IMDb page and saw the kind of talent that they're looking to get. Now, the only ones who actually have characters are Belle and Cuoco right now. But at IMDb, you got Jason Alexander, Tony Hale, Christopher Maloney, Wanda Sykes, Alan Tudyk. All these people are attached to do voices for this. And with that kind of talent, I can't not at least check it out, right? But this little trailer, really funny, of course, pokes fun at the DC movies and how they're supposed to be dark, but this might be a little zany. They even take a shot at the Deadpool animated series that never got going. Maybe that means we're going to have a little bit of flavor like that, where we're going to get maybe a little bit more violence than should be appropriate, and maybe a few swear words. I don't know, but I thought this was trailer definitely got me interested. Did it get you guys interested? Fire back on the social media groups and, of course, Gmail account. Let me know. Okay, guys, I am almost out of time, and I still have 4 news stories up on my notes that I want to get through, so I'm going to run through them real quick. Okay, first off, Rosie Perez from Do the Right Thing and White Man Can't Jump, which is where I know her from, has been cast as Renee Montoya, the detective in the upcoming DC film Birds of Prey. Now, Montoya is a detective in the comics who worked for Gotham City Police Department and later takes on the superhero mantle of The Question. Now, last week they announced actresses for Black Canary and Huntress. They still have not cast the main villain Black Mask or the young girl who's going to be Cassandra Cain, who in the comic becomes the new Batgirl. Just quickly, I said last week I thought they were going to put the original Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, in there. Turns out they're going a different way. Maybe they have plans for Barbara Gordon in something else. I don't know, but I'm a little surprised that they're going a little older for her. Maybe she's going to be that seasoned cop who gets fed up with the department and the rules of the law and decides to go rogue as The Question, probably later on in the film or maybe even in the next film. I don't know, but she's a great talent, and it's no mistake to add talent, so that's awesome. Also last night at Comic-Con, before they showed the preview of Titans, Brendan Fraser himself came out and showed people a little bit of preview of Robot Man, the character he's going to be playing in Doom Patrol. They announced that Doom Patrol is actually coming out on December 12th on DC Universe, that it's going to be the same universe as Titans. I'm looking forward to seeing Cyborg and what they do with him in this myself. And also, Matt Boomer from White Collar and American Horror Story is going to be playing Negative Man. Now, this character originally was a pilot for the United States Air Force whose flight in an experimental aircraft was sabotaged, causing him to pass through a cluster of radiation and altered his physiology. Yeah, I said that word right. Cool. Anyway, in the comics, the character can fly, leech energy, phase through solid objects, and control a being made of dark energy, which he propels from his body. Okay, Matt Boomer again, good talent. I like him. No mistake to add talent. Doom Patrol coming December 12th. And the last story I'm going to skim through right now is that Capcom has announced they are making a live-action Mega Man movie. Mega Man, of course, the Nintendo franchise of this half-man, half-robotic character. Fought a lot of villains, very big on the Nintendo gaming system. I know because I played a lot of Mega Man video games when I was a kid. I like Mega Man. I remember the animated series, The Fighting Robot, Mega Man. Yes, that theme song. Look it up, guys. You'll get it stuck in your head the rest of the day. So, Mega Man, again, it's on the execution. I like the character. I think he's got a solid foundation as far as the mythology. Let's see what they do with it. Okay, guys, technically I am out of time right now, but of course you know I had to save my longest story for last, and wouldn't you know, of course, it's Star Wars. So Jon Favreau has been working on a live-action Star Wars series for the upcoming Disney streaming service that's supposed to come out next year, and it's supposed to be kind of a Western-sounding series that's going to cost almost $100 million across 10 episodes, and Favreau revealed the series will take place 7 years after Return of the Jedi. Well, up on his Instagram feed yesterday, Favreau actually announced what it's going to be about, and in kind of like a Star Wars crawl, he put it in yellow lettering with a black background and the title, The Mandalorian. And it says, quote, after the stories of Jango and Boba Fett, another warrior emerges in the Star Wars universe. The Mandalorian is set after the fall of the Empire and before the emergence of the First Order. We follow the travels of a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic. So yeah, this definitely does seem like a Wild West in space, which really is kind of what George Lucas was going for when he first created Star Wars, so that sounds cool. I do not like Jango or Boba Fett. I think they're overrated characters, never cared for them, never saw their even appeal, really. But thanks to the Clone Wars and Rebels, I love Mandalorians. I love the Mandalorian culture and their, style. I think if we play more into that, it should be something interesting. I'm curious, of course, if we're going to go see Mandalore within the first couple episodes. I'm curious if we're going to see actually other Mandalorians, such as Sabine or anyone from her family. And then, of course, there's Satine, who I guess you could call her Obi-Wan's girlfriend. Her sister, who I always forget her name, voiced by Katie Sackhoff. I think it'd be cool. Let's bring her in there, maybe as an aged character, and she could still be leading the Mandalorians, perhaps. I don't know, that's just something I'm spitballing off the top of my head here, but it's nice that we finally got an idea of what it's about, and it's something that people have been asking for. People love the Mandalorian. There's a whole group out there, people that build Mandalorian armor. If I had the time and money, that'd be awesome. I think that'd be totally cool, but I don't, so obviously I don't. But this is something that I think will appease fans, much like the Clone Wars animated series coming back after Last Jedi. The fans are divided. Solo didn't bring them together like they should have, or what Lucasfilm hoped they would want to. But again, coming out with Clone Wars, which is something people wanted, coming out with a Mandalorian TV show, which is something people wanted, it's the first steps. Now give us an Obi-Wan spinoff film, and I think you might be back on the right track, Lucasfilm. Look me up. I'll tell you exactly what my ideas are for it. So that's it today, guys. I am out of here. I will be back next week with some more goodies, hopefully. Of course, New York Comic-Con this weekend. Hoping some good stuff. So keep an eye on the Facebook group and Twitter account. I'll be posting stuff throughout the weekend. Even though I'm working all weekend, I'm still going to, keep my eye on that. And anything else you want to talk about, hit me up on the Facebook group, Twitter account, and of course, dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. And that's it for me, guys. Until next time, may the Force be with us all.